afternoon and evening. Boston Endeavor 2019. Title sponsor is Boomerang International Education Services in association with Landmark Education Services and powered by Coca-Cola Bottlers Nepal Tarai Limited. It is my honor to welcome you all in today's group talks session, where 16 different colleges will be presenting their talks provided to them just yesterday. See, yesterday, this is the beauty of Endeavor. We are in short of words to thank our judges as they managed to separate time for Boston Endeavor 2019, and in spite of their hectic schedule. We are overwhelmed by our judges. So, without any further ado, we shall continue with the event, shall we? So, at the very first, I would like to call Team Stellar. I would like to request the organizing committee to call on stage Team Stellar. Please bear with us as Team Stellar is proceeding into the stage for their talks of the judges and the talks they had yesterday. They will be returning back to the audience seat. And similarly, the next team will be called on the stage. Team Stellar. For the team members, I would like to inform you that you shall be answering the questions within 20 minutes of allocated time and then returning back to the audience seat. The time you will be receiving to answer the questions and presentation, you have total of 15 minutes. Is that clear? 15 minutes. Audience, shall we begin? That's good. So let's start.
Data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with the opening statement from the ranking member, Mr. Pokhrev. Then we will hear Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 10 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, our society has surged rapidly to get reliant on social media and other online platforms. To create and share information among the people from different geographic diversity, Infinity has created a major platform. Increasing use of these platforms has generated many positive benefits for society, but it has also given rise to some troubling trends. As Infinity is among the dominant firms in this field, as such, given the public widespread use and reliance on its product and services, there are legitimate questions regarding the company's policies and practices, including the protection of user privacy. Moreover, we need to enlighten over the storage and manipulation of those data. There are also some concerns of Infinity regarding its practices for selling personal data, corruption, and unethical activities in its workplace. In addition, as Delhi newspaper has mentioned, Infinity needs to clarify how was the amount of 350 million funneled out of the country to tax haven Panama. It should be focused about hearing today that our committee can and must and will address. I will yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.
Since we have been accused to advertisement company, it's very sad that we have been accused of such things that we can't even think of, and we have many IT specialists who are IT specialists that look after to solve these problems.
Identifiers like name, age, and address. Yes or no?
No, sorry.
Device identifiers like IP address and IMEI of the mobile phone or laptop.
No, we don't do such things. It's just a rumor.
GPS signals, Wi-Fi.
We store such information, but we haven't ever sold them to anyone.
Okay. So why do Infinity need all those information?
We haven't utilize this information for anything. It's just that.
CEO, let me clarify you. If you don't collect the people's name, their address, their ages, then how could you define that that person is using your site? You know how many customers are using your site, isn't it? Yes, you know, but how do you take care of them? If you don't know about the customers, who are the customers, from where are they, then how you give the identifications, how you make the connections. To make the connections, we need to know with each other, isn't it? Then if you don't need the name in their profile, then how could other person could perceive that that person is using your site?
We have data, but it's just we want to clear you
Yes,
that.
you had that, but why did you lie in the beginning? Why did you lie to us
I
that
never said that I didn't have
you
data.
don't collect the name and information? You said no at the
It's
time,
just that
isn't
we
it?
have basic information.
Why did you lie to us?
I
You know
never
about
mentioned
the
that.
Ms. CEO, you are standing in front of the Senate, and anything you say that matters. Also, if you lie, then with the decision of Senate, your company could be banned. So please think
You
before you
must
say.
have gotten me wrong that I never mentioned such
No,
thing.
no. In the beginning, as our standard said that, do you collect the personal information like name, age, address? You said we don't. Do you collect or not?
Yes, we
Then
collect
why did you lie?
information. We
My
store
question was
information.
that one.
Yes, I'm sorry about the mistake, but we
So,
don't.
Mr. CEO, you do not know how your company runs. Is that what I make of this statement?
Information or not, which have disadvantage and advantage too. If the data trade will be done, then we can find the location. We cannot stop them, but we can find the location from where it has been traded. To stop the
So you do collect the user's locations.
yes.
What other information do you collect without them knowing or without you mentioning that in the privacy policy?
In the using of this app, we have the term and condition that have been that should be filled up by the users. They have to fill turn on
So,
location
Mr.
or not.
CEO, Mr. CTO, we have one app Connect which used to connect people together.
Yes.
So how do you know about fake profiles? You just said that you locate people. So how do you locate those fake people?
Because from the IP address we have such a kind of software.
Mr. CEO, how people could make the fake account on your site? Don't you?
On your Infinity app,
Yeah.
is there any way that you take down those accounts? What is the process for that?
Thank you for the question. There is one process. You have to first enter your mobile number to confirm.
I'm asking about the fake accounts, Mr. CTO.
Fake accounts could be created through the same number as well.
How do you deal with those accounts?
Someone else I'll give you an example. Someone else,
Yeah.
if someone else using my name,
There will be one
So
comment.
you do not have a policy that tracks fake accounts. I'll take that as a yes. So my next question is to privacy officer. Can you please tell me about the recent scandal your company has been accused of? Creating a backdoor in your information in your software that has collected a lot of information about your clients, and those accounts has been sold for 1.2 million rupees to the advertisers.
working under you had sold the company's confidential data in 1.2 million. So does that cake of 1.2 million includes a piece for you to yes or no?
No, that doesn't include.
Okay. Did you know about own employee creating a backdoor working under you? Yes or no?
No, sir.
So, being a financial manager, you did not even have a hint that somebody took 1.2 million under your nose and leaked the information. Yes or no? Yes or no?
May I add something to
Yes or no?
on which facts?
I'll take that as an yes. Thank you. Should I call you a responsible manager, or is an employee working under you is much more clever and intelligent than you?
and I know what I should do. So I don't think
A
I'm
junior
not
level,
able
you are a senior level manager. A junior level manager had took a money just without letting you know and leak the information, yet you didn't have a hint.
So Senator, we are waiting for it, working for it.
Oh, it has already been this long period and you're still working for it.
Big things need time.
Have you or not taken any sort of action yet?
Yes, that's confidential, and we have taken a time. We have taken something.
I think it's only you're accusing and the fact hasn't been revealed yet, and we're working on the process.
Using you here, Mr. CEO.
That also
Just-
without any evidence.
Yes.
Miss CEO, you are standing in front of
I'd like to-
and everything we say will speak with the truth.
I'd like to state that in 2015, you bought an Indian company named Fintech. Using this company and another shell company owned by Fintech, you moved your earnings to tax haven Panama. The amount is said to have accumulated to around 350 million over the last 3 years. I would like to ask the finance manager, does that case have a piece for you? So here I have papers from the Bank of Panama that shows around 200 million funds routed by Fintech to the bank. I would like to admit these documents as evidence. Let me repeat my question. Did you or did you not do this?
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's allowed to get a statement without our consent.
Sorry, CEO, what are you saying here? What are you saying here? We have
Going out of the company into tax haven Panama. Is that what I make of this?
Without the consent of CEO and the finance manager. The money of the company has gone out of the country and you didn't have a hint. Did you mean that? The questions for both finance and CEO.
So we will take that as a yes. Now I'd like to ask the HR manager. If your employees are accusing you of biasness towards them based on their political and ethnic background, do you or do you not have employee bias towards your workers?
Of the organization.
Then why are more than 70% of your employees from the left-wing political parties?
Just we have a
Why is the company donating campaign money to the left-wing political candidate in the recent election, and why are you asking your employees to do so? Does that not seem like a biasness, Ms. Azhar?
No, I don't think so. Because for any organization, for running any organization, political support is most important.
Miss
Because-
SR, your company is supporting, and by sitting there, we have an evidence here that you are supporting, because we did research with your employees as well. Your employees themselves said that yes, you are asking them to do so, and here you are talking that you are not being biased and not supporting any other political parties.
Employees,
Okay, my question is to CEO that of Tara's application, and when my friend got logged into his account, he saw an advertisement of mobile games. And then we later realized that I was searching something on internet on other side for the shopping, and my friend was searching for the mobile game. Is it a search bias or anything else?
No, this might be a coincidence.
Read from ads, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Then how you impress the advertisement providers?
Because the today's buzzword is e-commerce.
In the past 2 years, 7 employees has been fired, citing disciplinary issues. But the fired employees, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing after they disclosed their business of selling data to the advertising company. The marketing manager has already been accused of corruption in the past years. You were in bed with data analysis firms that uses this information to target specific customers. Do you or do you not? Are you or are you not responsible for this, Mr. Manager? How come an employee was able to create a backdoor, collect all those information and sell those data for 1.2 million rupees?
If selling data was an option, I would do earlier. Why would I wait
Why would I? You have been stealing data since the inception of your company. The only thing that is valuable to you are those user data, all those preferences, all the user information that you collect. That advertisers are more than happy to pay you, so that they can target customers with their services. Do you have any answers, Mr. Marketing Officer?
Our company has growth, our income to
My question is for CEO. As the user of Connect app, I thought that it was for making my life easier. But later I knew that you are using those information for selling data to the third party. Yes or no? No. So you are not letting third party a website to give a platform in your website. Thank you, Mr.
No,
Senate.
did you block cookies?
Well, this is what Endeavor is, known for squeeze. Team Sorcinas up on the stage, please. Thank you, team.
Data and tax evasion. This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The Infinity CEO justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I'd like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, our society has surged rapidly to get reliant on social media and other online platforms to create and share information among the people from different geographic diversity. Infinity has created a major platform. Increasing use of these platforms has generated many positive benefits for society, but it has also given some rise to the troubling tendency. Hence, focus of today's hearing should be to examine what Infinity is doing to stop advertisers from using its platform and targeting individual customers to spread false information. Moreover, we need to enlighten over the storage and manipulation of those data. There are all its workplace. In addition, Daily News has mentioned Infinity needs to clarify Daily News has mentioned Infinity needs to clarify how was the amount of 350 million funnel out of the country to tax haven Panama. It should be focus of our hearing today that our committee can, must, and will address. I will yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.
Incorporation want to sell an object including the protect your data. If we cannot, then we don't deserve to serve you. We have been working to understand exactly what happened and how. In 2007, we launched the Infinite platform with a vision that more people should be social, and we have strong customer base ever since. We have already done our investigation, although we didn't get any loopholes from our side. But we are going to reduce the amount of information available to eradicate any prevailing risk. The claim we have been accused by the media about the transaction of $350 million is correct, but we didn't have an intention of tax evasion. Also, we have foolproof documents and evidence for the contract we have signed. We are very sure about the conspiracy that had been done against us by the competitor's company to destroy our well-built goodwill and customer base since the very beginning of our launch. Now, about the accusing which the HR is facing has no strong base, and all the recruitment processes are done after the full evaluation of the profile of each candidate. We are very sure that HR has not done any discrimination between the employees, as we accept that we have warned our employees to provide effective outcomes, but we used it as a tool of negative motivation. We are very sure about our work ethics and we are not guilty. I want to thank all of you who continue to believe in our mission and work to build this community together. Thank you.
The Infinite app is used to send messages to friends and families, whereas the Connect app is used to share information. So can you please tell me whether you do store information through those apps or not? I would like to question you, do you have the ability to disclose our information or not?
To store information to whom?
To disclose our information to third parties or to disclose our information to any other person. Do you have the ability or not? Give me the answer in yes or no.
Yes, we have the ability.
So it means that you are accepting that you have the ability to sell the data to the outsider people. So you mean to say that one of your employee have sold the data to outsider?
No, that is not that we have sold it.
Identifiers like name, age, and address. Yes or no?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you or do you not collect personal identifiers of your customers like name, age, and address? Yes or no?
Yes, we do identify them.
Okay. You collect those information then.
Yes.
Then device identifiers like IP address and IMEI. Things like IP address and IMEI. Do you collect those information or not? That we do.
We have.
Yes or no? Please.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Why do Infinity need all this information for?
We need this yes, we need this all information because it is stored itself. It's our the app is made by us. So all the, as I said, all the things are stored in our server.
You store those information. That's okay. You store the things that we share. But what is the need of storing our age and address, our phone numbers, our emails?
So it's very necessary because I think it's necessary because when that police department comes to us for the investigation process, so that we can provide them.
Then how do you take the responsibility when your own employee take the information from your own company?
We were so unaware about that, and we did the investigation as well. And
so you are agreeing that your
we are on the process of investigation.
Is 70% of your revenue comes from the advertisement?
Yeah.
Comes from the advertisement. How do you assure us that you do not manipulate with our data?
Sorry.
Is 70% of your revenue comes from the advertisement?
Yeah.
How do you assure us that you do not manipulate with those data? That question goes to the technical department too.
Yes, 70% of revenue comes from advertising. It happens in all the app developers. Like Facebook gets 85% of its revenue from web advertisement and mobile advertisement. So we do not do unethical
The
things.
CEO, as you know, that Facebook has fined about this kind of things. A lot of things, the issue with the third party. And should we also fine you for this one? Or what you are telling about us? Should we fine about this? You are giving the example of other application to make your application safe. That may not be safe, that's why the people are in your application.
Famous and so why? It was just an example. I was just not comparing our company with that. I just said that it's
I was not asking about the other examples.
Because we have not done it, and
I'm not blaming you that you are doing it.
yeah.
I want you to assure us. I don't know how do you assure us, but make us assure right here that you do not manipulate with those data.
I can assure you that.
There must be some sort of privacy, there must be some sort of policies. That's why I'm asking. And you are just going round and round.
Why and on what grounds should any user trust Infinity to secure the data?
Because we have
The CEO, don't forget that one of your staff have created a backdoor for data of the employees, and now you are standing in front of us and telling that you can assure us that our data are secure. Being a CEO of the company, you are irresponsible person. Don't you think that?
I don't think I'm irresponsible. What happened is
So
it
there's
was
a
the first time that
there's a
happened.
1.2 million that your employees sold your data for comes to you. Does it comes to you too, the cake of it?
No, it hadn't come to us. And we
I'd
are
also like
going
to
to
ask-
take strict.
I would also like to ask the finance manager.
It is
So you have realized that 1.2 million rupees has been acquired by selling your company data?
Yeah, it was not on intentionally. We are not aware of that selling company data.
One of your employees sold the data from your database.
From this.
This question was for CFO, please, finance officer.
CEO said that we do collect your information because we need to identify and secure your information and we need to know you. And you are saying that we were not aware of it. And CEO is saying that we do this to secure you, and you are saying that we were not aware of it. Doesn't the gap between there?
There seems to be a communication gap between you two guys.
Isn't it?
You are not on the same page, and it leads us to believe that there is something wrong going on.
As a CEO don't know about CFO and CFO don't know about the CEO.
In the past 2 years, 7 employees has been, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing them after they disclosed your business of selling data to the advertising company. The marketing manager has already been accused of corruption in the past years. You were in bed with data analysis firms that uses this information to target specific customers. I would like to ask the marketing manager, did you sell those data?
I haven't sold the data to any of the third party. Can you please repeat the question once?
You have been accused of corruption in the past years also, and you are in bed with data analysis firms. You have your connections with advertising firms that collect user information and target people. So, how can you make us believe that you were not involved in this scandal?
Being a marketing manager, my role is to give the promotions for the Infinity corporations.
CTO, the technology officer, did you have the information about it? Did you know one of your employees creating a backdoor?
No, I did not have any information.
So one of your employees created a backdoor under your inspections and you had no idea about it. So after a lot of data has been collected, after those data has been leaked, now you are going on investigation. Have you taken any action, Miss HR? Have you taken any action against those employees?
Firstly, I want to make you clear that noting the data of yours is secret.
Asking you a question, have you taken any action against the employee? Have you taken any action against the employee that collected those data and leaked those information to advertisers?
No, sir.
So you haven't taken any action, and your technology officer doesn't know that there is a backdoor.
After the investigation, we will
We are
take
talking to the HR manager.
So firstly, I want to make you clear about the situation. Then I can answer to your questions.
We have had your explanation in the past years too. Your company, you have been also accused of funneling the money out of the company through tax haven Panama. You haven't even said a word about it.
My question is finance and CEO. Who is the finance? Who is the finance manager? Finance manager and the CEO. First, I'd like to clear the CEO. She's been asking why this investigation is going on, isn't it? So you have been accused that you have manipulated the data of your customers. That's why you are in front of the Senate to get investigated. Will that be okay? Now I'll start with my question. Is the company was accused of taking 350 million of cash out of your company and country to Panama? Did you or did you not know about that?
We don't know, but we were not aware.
Okay, you knew. You were saying yes. So you agree that in front of your eyes you took 350 million cash out of your company and took it to the Panama to get saved from the taxes.
It is a half truth and half lie, and I can prove that. Okay?
Please explain.
What happened is we have a lot of competitors, and they have made a conspiracy. What they did is they made a company in India, and they asked for assets transfer through India.
Actually, you own the company, an Indian company named Fintech, and using that company and another shell company that this company owns, you routed your money, and you are blaming others for your own actions. Do you have any answers, Mr. Yo?
Yes, we are blaming others because it was a consequence.
Because you are not responsible and you do not want to accept that you made a mistake. Then you are evading taxes that you need to pay in this country while working under our jurisdictions.
I want to say something that we are the most highest taxpayers, one of the company in Nepal, so we will not do that, and we have not done that. What happened is...
Then what am I going to make of your corporate holiday in Panama executives?
Yes, we were there, I accept that.
So was your holiday paid by that money you funneled out of the company?
Of course not. I want to say that...
Or were you there to make arrangements with the bank? Then how come without your knowledge that the company funneled 350 million rupees out of the company?
Let me explain, please.
Please, we're listening.
So I want to ask that, do you give a platform to a third-party website in your platform or not?
It depends.
On what basis?
If we need secondary data, then we use it.
So that it means that you give them a platform to know our personal data to them.
We also give the customers the option.
So you are agreeing to your accusers. Mr. CEO, you are.
Thank you. The time is up.
Yes. Good performance with spontaneous actions from Team Somber. Thank you. Mike, please leave the stage and get back into your audience seat. Is why audience, the participants are taking time to come up on the stage. Please bear with me.
We welcome everybody to today's hearing on Infinity's social media privacy, the use and abuse of data, and tax evasion. This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 CC to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limits will be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the Infinity CEO to give the justification speech.
Discuss the various issues arising in our company, as we all know that we, Infinity Incorporation, was established in 2010 as a messaging app in Android and have grown rapidly in just 6 months and is used all over the Southeast Asia. The various blame that arises about privacy issues, tax, fraud, unethical hiring, and just a hypothetical, as we are a leader of a social networking site with advanced technology to protect that user data with suspicious activity. About the backdoor selling of data by an employee, we have investigated all the facts and figures about that issues that we have coordinated with the income tax department for investigation and didn't find an evidence which makes the rumors true. According to prevailing law of the country, we have paid all the debt. We don't deserve to serve you. If you still want further investigation on these rumors, then we are ready to cooperate with you. Thank you.
Or do you not collect personal identifiers like name, age, and address? Device identifiers like IP address and IMEI?
No.
You do not. GPS signals, Wi-Fi signals, Bluetooth beacons, and listening to the conversations of a customer.
No, we are the messaging app.
Yes or no?
No.
Is 70% of the revenue of Infinity comes from the advertisement. How can you assure us that you do not manipulate with those data?
We allow advertisers to tell us who they want to reach. We are not sort out.
So you do let them reach us.
No. We allow them to reach to whom they want to reach, and then we do the replacement.
So you are clearly agreeing to my statement that you let them reach us easily. And previously advertisers reach you on a particular basis.
First we analyze it, then only we do the replacement.
So in any manner, whether it is any basis, do you let them reach us or not?
Whom they want to replace, whom they want to reach. It doesn't mean that we are.
So, what information do you collect from the users? What are the information that you collect from the users?
As like name, address, GPS collection, GPS location.
So you said that you do not collect the IP address. Then how do you track any actions or any incidents of terrorism or national security threats that your users may possess? How do you track those sorts of activities? How do you track your users?
This is the IT department. We made the
If
code
somebody,
for the customer.
suppose somebody creates an account with my profile, how do you take down fake accounts in your platform?
As I had already mentioned also again, as I already mentioned that we collect the information and we do some analyzing and then only the customers can use our apps.
And CEO to finance manager. Who is the finance manager? Is the company was accused of taking 350 million cash out of the country and your company to Panama. Is being a CEO and finance manager of the company, you do not even have a hint that somebody took 350 million out of your company and took it to the Panama. Is that true? Yes or no? Did you know about that or no? So you are agreeing that you didn't even had a hint that somebody took 350 million out of your company. Okay. So my other question is for CEO. Have you fired any senior level accreditation? I'm not talking about the regional one, the one who was in the upper level and responsible for leak of your data. Did you or not fire him? The senior level executive, did you fire him or not? Not the one who had leaked the information. Probably you may have fired the one who has leaked the information, or you may be investigating, but the one who, under whose eyes, the one who was working on, did you fire any senior level executive yet? No. Okay. Did you had rejected, as you know, there was a money of corruption. Did you had taken any sort of action to reserve those sort of money?
Yes.
What sort of action are those?
To whom?
Yes, you have been accused, your employee has been accused of selling information in 1.2 million, isn't it? So, had you taken any action to reserve those money?
No, before I already told that this is all about the rumors.
Miss CEO, you are standing in front of the Senate, and whatever you say here are very strong points and will be taken very seriously. If anything is found out is a lie, then your company could be banned. That's a very serious matter. And each of us here are the same.
On the business worldwide expanding only on Southeast Asia. It means you don't want to be under the data privacy laws like GDPR. Is it intentional as it is and also issue of millions of rupees and personal privacy?
In countries where there are strong data privacy rules like GDPR, you're operating in Southeast Asia where there is no or there is very few data privacy rules, and you do not seem to be planning to expand to other countries.
We are not.
My question to
You have one of the main news are and affairs are posted on the wall of your application. I would like to ask you that how do you validate your news?
The CTO, Technology Officer.
We do not contact any phone calls. We have an app that called the Messengers that allows the people only to communicate.
My question for you, Mr. CTO, is how do you validate the news that are posted in your platform? The news that other parties post, if those news are fake or true, how do you validate that, and how do you stop the spread of misinformation?
Okay, in the case of these rumors, we have investigated a lot and we have
These are not rumors, Mr. CTO. I'm asking you questions. How do you do that? I'm asking your process, and as a technology officer, you do not seem to know about it. So I'd like to ask the marketing officer of selling data to the advertising company. The marketing manager has already been accused of corruption in the past years. You were paired with data analysis firms that uses this information to target specific customers. What do you want to say about this?
The customer, in order to know their perception, know their needs, and through this we can get the information that what will be their needs. And
You are taking any loss of their privacy, yes or no?
no.
Isn't it the loss of privacy? I take your name, your age, your address, and provide it to someone else, isn't it I'm taking your privacy rights?
But we are taking their.
I'm asking yes or no, and you said no. And by using that application for you said that the private information are for your application.
We take the personal information for their own benefit, not for the other.
Why do you want to give benefit to them?
Do you
What kind of
understand?
benefit?
Because if we take.
Marketing manager, do you not use those information for your profit? Then why do you collect all those information?
Yes, my question is that.
Through this information, we can find out what is the need of customers and what is their perception, and by analyzing that we
I will
can.
take that as a yes, Miss Marketing Manager. I would also like to ask the HR that many employees, Mr. HR,
Once again,
do you threaten your employees to keep their mouth shut?
here taking employees.
Then why did you fire those employees?
Because of the different grievance, it is a process.
Because they disclosed your tactics of selling data to advertising agencies.
It
Isn't it true?
it is about grievance handling, not it is about the threatening to the employees. First of all, I did.
Mr. HR, do you know what is happening to your organization?
What?
Do you know what is happening to your organization? Someone else has brought out your data and information. As you said that you have fired that person because there are certain grievances and they have some problems. Don't you have problems and shouldn't you be fired from the company?
No, it is not only my decision. Okay? Yes, we are the team. As a team, I always take the decision that is supported by not only me, that is supported by the executive level as well. And
Okay, your whole executive level is supporting to the selling of the data, isn't it?
no, it is not about. You are talking
Then
about.
why you are here as a HR manager though you have made mistakes?
You are talking about selling the data, yes, to the advertiser. What?
No, I am talking about doing the mistakes.
What I did mistake.
As you said that they had certain grievances, don't know that what is happening to your company, isn't it your mistake and you shouldn't you be the fired from the company? Isn't it?
It is totally wrong information.
What? I'm not talking about the information. You yourself said about it.
For what blame you are giving to me? It is.
Okay. Did you have a hint that somebody has created a backdoor under you or not? Yes or no? That somebody had taken 1.2 million in your company and leaked the information under your nose. Yes or no?
None of the information is.
Yes or no?
No
So you will not have
our company.
So being an CTO manager, senior level CTO manager, you do not have a hint that somebody has created a backdoor and take the money. Okay.
Because there is not such a tax that the backdoor.
So my next question is much more clever and much more effective than you.
It's better to become a responsible manager because none of the employees are doing such activities from the back doors.
Thank you. Time up.
Supervisor. This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently, given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limits will be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give his justification speech.
All the allegations about the company that are made to us are true. We do had a cash agreement with the said company regarding the purchase of new technologies, but considering the allegation of data breach, the news is all exaggerated to degrade the reputation of our company. Yes, we do use the data of user to make our more user-friendly to fix the users' terms and conditions will allow us to use personal data for improving advertisement of companies, which is the main source of revenue for us. Data are used for the smooth functioning of the advertisement agencies and improving viewing experience of the user, but we do not directly sell it to the advertisement company. We do care about the privacy and security of our users. However, one of our employees did a minor data breach of the company while getting in depth of the case. It was found that the employee was sent by one of our rival company in order to degrade the reputation of our company by breaching users' data. We do have taken strict actions against such misconduct, and only for the sole purpose of protecting the privacy and security of our users, we have formed a team of highly competent individuals. We provide no such unethical hiring practices. We do not conduct any type of bias based on ethnicity, religion, and political views. We have improved our recruitment policies and allowed the employees who are unable to abide by the guidelines related to data handling and privacy of users will not be tolerated.
You are standing in front of the Senate, and anything that has been spoken here by the Senate will not be closed. We are speaking with an evidence. So any lies from you could be taken as a serious matter, and that can result in banning your company too. Okay, my question starts. What sort of information do you collect from your customer? About the name, age, and address.
Yes.
Okay. IP address and IMEI.
Yes, those are used.
Okay. GPS, Wi-Fi signal, Bluetooth beacons.
Yes.
And the text conversations.
No.
You do not take. I repeat. Do you or do you not take the text conversation of your customer?
Actually, sorry, that's it. Yes.
Okay. So, how will you assure us that if 70% of your revenue comes from the advertisement, you do not manipulate with this data? How can you assure us?
Actually, what happens in our business is the data that we collect of the users, those are encrypted, and the advertisers actually use an AI-based system, which actually they themselves, the AI actually itself makes the advertisement is for sure.
Okay, my question, you do collect the information about age, isn't it? Do you collect information about the age of an individual or the person who logs into your system or the application? Do you collect the information regarding their age? Do you collect their age information or not?
Yes.
Yes, you do collect the information. What is the requirement of?
Why do you need to know the age of your users? You cannot answer that question yourself as a privacy officer. Do you need to ask your CEO about it?
Just to categorize the information.
You are categorizing your customers on the basis of their age.
Can you please explain to us about your privacy policy, Mr. Privacy Officer? Regarding to your customers' information that you collect and how you process those information and how many informations do advertisers have reached to?
All the information we collect are fully encrypted, so we don't say that to advertisers, but all the advertisements, all the advertisements that comes from advertisers are just based on the geographical location.
Okay, next question. We are talking about the privacy policies. As you do say, you said that you do listen to the, as our CTO said that they do listen to the conversation, they do see the chat and messages of the individual, which we do message with others. And isn't it the privacy violence of an individual? Being a privacy manager, what are the protections that you are making for us? We need an answer, sir.
You do not have an answer, Mr. Privacy Officer. You just said that all of your data are encrypted, then how come an employee was able to create a backdoor, collect all those information and sell those data for 1.2 million? Even a lower level employee got access to this information.
Actually, all this information we took we give the information, but we don't do that. But since regarding the issue of our employee,
Individual name is, their addresses, and many kind of other things. How do you manage this kind of data? Yes, you have lots of data, isn't it? And how do you manage all those data informations on your system, on your database? How do you manage all those things?
So
don't be technical.
Yeah.
Make us understood how you.
How we manage the data.
Yes.
So actually, there are a lot of data flowing in our company each and every day, because we have got a lot of new customers, new users.
We need how do you manage? We don't need a background.
So the data is with we were actually encrypted in a machine understandable format, and they are stored in our servers, which can be used for future.
You're using our information for future. We are the future for your company. You are violating our privacy rules, and you are upgrading your company for your future and for your sake. You are doing, and you are losing. You are making loss of our privacy. You are doing privacy violence of us.
we don't do that.
As your CTO said, for the future we do.
Yes, that's for the.
And you said no in the beginning.
But regarding what to make the our
I want to ask the privacy officer that, do you let or not the third-party website give a platform in your company or for Connect app? Do you let the third-party website give a platform? You do. So yes, you use it for advertisement. It means that you sell our data to that third-party website. Yes or no?
that is only
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you do sell. It means that you are selling our private data to advertisers.
Based on geographical location.
Yes or no? You are selling. You accept that.
Have been fired citing disciplinary issues, but the fired employees, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing after they disclosed your business of selling data to the advertising company. Many employees are threatened as well as to keep their mouth shut. Do you threaten your employee for telling the truth about you?
Actually, they are related with that employee which is revealing our data with our competitors.
The same thing we are talking, ma'am. They are revealing your informations and your bad works in an organization. That's why.
So you fired
them
them because they leaked your information of selling the data to advertisers.
We didn't fire them.
You say we
consulted
fired.
them and they resigned by
The
themselves.
marketing manager has already been accused of corruption in the past years. He was in bed with a data analyst firm that uses those information to collect those users. So how do you expect us to believe that you did not fire those employees for telling the truth? Mr. Marketing Manager, can you answer my question, please? In the past too. So how do you expect us to believe that you did not instruct the user to collect those information and sell the data to advertising agency?
Well, talking about my corruption, it was just an allegation. I'm not doing more than that. And we're selling those information to the advertisement. Yes, it is done at the lower levels, but we have done what is need to be done, and we have developed a new policy.
Did that 1.2 million have a piece for you too?
No.
Does
of
that
course
money
not.
come to you, Mr. Marketing Manager?
No, of course you can check my bank account.
You have offshore accounts too. I have heard that your company ships money to Panama. How am I going to check the accounts in Panama?
Well, that's just an allegations. That is just accusations for our company.
That question goes to the CEO too. Does that money come to you, Mr. CEO?
No, it doesn't.
Then how come under your management, the employee was able to extract all those information and sell? Have you taken any action against those employees?
Yes, we have taken actions.
What have you done?
So the first thing is we did give a strict warning about filing notice to them, and in that response they resigned from the post. And
have
now
you fired any of the senior level executives that was in control of overseeing the department? Did the CTO have the information about the leak?
for the leave of what?
Did you know that the employee had?
Backdoor was actually created by an employee. He was recruited by a competitor. So he was paid by them to create a backdoor. So obviously I would not know what was going on.
So some other competitors have hired someone in your company to create a backdoor and leak the information, and you say that our data is safe in your company. How do you cope up with those things?
In a systematic manner, and we also observe their past performance, and we didn't see any those in their performance.
So you mean that?
So after this scenario, then we have updated our system of organization, and we have alarmed our employees too about this scenario.
My question is to finance manager. Knew or not? Did you or not know about your own employee creating a backdoor and had taken a 1.2 million of corruption under you?
No.
Okay. So were you included on that too or not? Yes or no?
No.
That somebody took 1.2 million under your nose and leaked the information. Is that correct?
I don't know about anything.
Okay. You didn't know about anything at all.
The data is still data is selling for advertising company. I don't know anything about
Okay.
that.
So should I call you irresponsible manager, or should I say that an employee working under you is much more clever and intelligent than you? Should I say that you are an irresponsible manager, or should I say that you are an employee working under you is much more clever and intelligent than you? You do not have an answer. Okay, thank you.
How quickly the data will fully removed?
Okay, so that's right. So what happens is after they are logged out, prior to 30 days, the data are not deleted, but after 30 days, the data can be accessed actually. So prior to 30 days, the data cannot be accessed, they are fully encrypted. But after 30 days, what happens is later on they get allegations from outside companies that some users, they have been using our site for the falsification of information. So for that, so sometimes we need to have access regarding such critical issues. So for such answers, we have access to the information after 30 days.
Fraud, we as a JD series can ban your company. Now give me a reason not to.
So what proof, actual paperwork or proof do you have?
About the Panama case, bank statements, about the money being transferred, and other from your own employees that we got to know that 1.2 million taking 1.2 million, the data were being leaked from your company. I'm not talking about the money, I'm talking about the customer safety. The data will leak. So these accusations are very much serious. So give me a reason not to ban your company now. Now give me a reason that why shouldn't we take action for you? So you are saying that
So
you are...
one thing I'd like to mention that it has been accused that we have sold, or one of the employees has sold data to private advertisement agency for 1.2 million rupees. But it's just an allegation which has been made to our company. Yes, data have been breached, but it is not in my
But your privacy officer already has
Senior executive of Infinity, the issues we'll consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection money transfer to tax havens and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity CEO justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give his clarification speech.
Thank you. Greetings and salutations to everyone over here to make things more transparent between we and our customers and other members over here. First of all, I would like to make justification of acquisitions imposed on our company. In fact, the company had not faced such acquisitions since its establishment, and as it is rapidly growing tech company in Southeast Asia. We are accused of, first one, misusing personal information, violating privacy laws, selling personal information to advertising agencies, shifting $350 million US to tax haven, Panama, transfer of money to the Indian sub company, unethical hiring of employees, and threatening of his employees. Now I would like to clear all the accusations one by one. Firstly, it is unremarkable to say that a well-growing company like Tech, so Infinite Inc., could do such a big mistake. We are in a growing stage and we are thinking to go globally. In such conditions, no tech company could do such mistakes. We are a company of a value of $800 million and $1.2 million is nothing for us. Our company is following ETA, Electronic Transaction Act, and other acts related to the cyber laws. Our company has maintained a good relation with our employees since its establishment phase, realizing employees are our assets. Our company has always focused to meet the need of our employees and address their problem. Our HR policy is unbiased, clear, and in favor of our employees. So all the accusations made against us are wrong, and it might be consequential of our competitors or our rivals.
Collected from the customer without the knowledge.
So all the information which we asked at the initial phase, and no personal privacy or something that data are taken by our organization.
What exactly how much data is needed to do that?
Not much, sir. It's our question. By data, I like by data, sir.
Don't you collect personal information like age, phone number, their name?
Yes, indeed, sir. For creating an account, you need all the information.
But why do you need age for?
Don't allow kids to be part of this, so we have age on that.
Mr. CEO, how is it going to benefit me?
Sorry, sir, I get your question.
How is it going to benefit me?
What is going to benefit you?
How is all the information that you collect on me going to benefit me?
So when you are interacting with others, the information is necessary. And it is necessary for us because we as a company want to know what our customer want.
Mr. CEO, so that it means that if someone else create my profile on your system or your application and if that person talk with another person, then that person will assume that as me. How do you manage this kind of things? Collect the information. Yes, you do collect the information, but I'm talking about how it's gonna benefit me. It's gonna harm me too, isn't it?
Indeed, it's one issue of our one. Okay, so until and unless, as you said, yeah, for someone is creating your account and talking by acting as you are. So first thing, until and unless someone doesn't report, so we don't have that type of information. We are not sure about that. Now, but listen, sir. Can I speak?
So you depend.
Please. Sorry?
Mr. CEO, you are in a Senate hearing. Please do not raise your voice.
Okay. So we are trying to have a webcam scanner. So while you are creating, you will be having a phone in front of you. By your front camera will be scanning your face. And if face matches to your profile picture, and then only you will be able to make an account. I'm sorry for that.
So you use the information.
While you're making an account, I repeat the statement, while you're making an account, we use and
without our information, Mr. CEO, Mr. CTO, what else information are collected without our information? You already mentioned that you use webcams. Do you use microphones? Do you collect the personal data while browsing other apps and other services in my mobile phone also?
So as a CTO of this company, I would like to assure that we are using technologies only to benefit to our users.
Can you please tell me your data collection policy?
Please listen to me. Initially, we started as a messaging app that is infinite, and then we moved to Connect. That has the facilities of newsfeed and sharing. The facilities we are updating. After one by one, those are only for benefit. I'm coming there. So those are only for the benefit of our users. The information, the next level of technologies we are using is only for their benefit. So what's your point? Can you please repeat?
What more information do you collect without the user's knowledge?
So talking about the information collection, generally we have a privacy. The privacy is that we take your permission before collecting any sort of information from you. So initially you have to sign the license, the privacy paper before anything you want to connect with us or not.
How do you handle all those information that you collect?
Sorry?
How do you handle all those information that you collect?
No, we
know that 70% of the revenue comes from advertising. So we know that you manipulate those data somehow.
No, we don't do such anything.
Because it's the only thing of value to your company.
About advertisement revenue, I would like
the data you collect on the users is the only thing of value to your company, and you monetize on it. Yes or no, Mr. CEO?
Sorry.
You monetize the user's information. Yes or no?
Don't do that, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
So you do not have advertisement in your platform?
Please,
let me come to the question. Answer.
Do you not have advertisements on your platform?
Talking about our money collection and fund collection from where
I'm asking you a question, Mr. CTO.
Sorry.
Okay, fine, sir.
Do you or do you not have advertisements on your
We
platform?
have advertisement, but not that sort of advertisement. We have advertisement generally, right? So when a company comes to us and asks for advertisement, will be shown on everyone's account. We are not going to every individual's account. We are not checking their profiles. We are not checking.
You do monetize our information. You
do
do.
monetize. I repeat, we do not monetize.
To connect in your platform, how do you advertise?
So, for advertisement,
I am talking to City. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
So talking about the advertisement,
you let your platform to use a third-party website to advertise or not? Yes or no?
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. So I want to know that how much information you let the third party to use our personal information.
No, we don't do such things. I mean, we don't let them use all the necessary and
what kind of our personal information you let
only
the third party to use?
Only general information, sir.
General means, can you explain, elaborate?
General means the information that will help you.
So you mean that you use our personal information to manipulate us?
No, we don't do.
Here I have the papers. Here I have the papers from Bank of Panama that shows around 200 million funds routed by fintech to the bank. I would like to admit these documents are an evidence, and we also have bank statements too. Is the company was accused of taking 200 million of cash out of the company and the country to Panama. Does that case include you both or not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
Was able to let go 200 million out of the country, and
indeed not. It was only acquisition. I would like to read your question.
Mr. CEO, you are standing in front of Senate, and we are not. This is not a storytelling session. It is a very serious matter, and we do not speak without any evidence. I have just previously I have clearly said that we have an evidence.
Let me explain. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. One of your friends says that if someone is creating your account by using his personal information, right? So what happened if someone else had created our account by using our personal information?
That is not my question.
So I want to say is that someone else, our competitors, might have done that. They might have.
So just to put you down, your competitors have invested 200 million.
They have invested, they have deposited that money is all of them, right? So that money belongs to them. Another thing is that there is a competitive driver in this business, and we are well growing this organization and so on. So our competitors will be doing that because we are the one the leader.
What do you have to say about that, finance manager? Yeah. Are you included on that thing or not? on that scandal about taking 200 million out?
It was not a scandal at all.
Okay. And what about your own employee working under you who had leaked an information and took 1.2 million of corruption?
That is the fake news.
Did you knew about that or not? I'm just asking. Did you knew
We have
about
heard
that?
about
Yes
that.
or no?
Yes.
You knew about that. So you are clearly agreeing that you knew about that. You knew about your own employee creating a backdoor and leaking the information in front of your eyes, and you didn't did a single action.
It was in front of our eyes. It was just.
You previously said you knew about that. It is a very serious allegation.
Yeah.
Can I answer that question, please?
First, I will ask him, then you can answer that. Yeah.
I said that did you know about that or not? I have just heard about that, but it was a fake news. As our High Court Committee Investigation Committee was established, and after their investigation, we come to know that it was a fake news.
But we can clearly see that the data of customers has been leaked from your company, and the finance manager here is saying that our committee has said that there is not any leak from the company.
It may be leakage from the firewalls.
Your May has already caused loss of customers.
Can I say something, sir? So you are using your laptop, right? Someone is breaking your firewall and collecting information. Do you think it's our fault?
It is not, but that is very serious.
So if that thing would happen, then information will be that every individual customer will have leaked.
Let me remind you, Mr. CEO, the information was leaked. We created a backdoor in your server, collected those information and sold it for 1.2 million.
When your firewall is break, then every person will break your. That is what was
In
happening.
the past 2 years, 7 employees have been fired, citing disciplinary issues. But the fired employees, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing them after they disclosed their business of selling data to the advertising company. So do you or do you not?
We fired them, but that was not the reason, sir.
I would like to ask the HR, what was the reason for firing those employees?
We have not hired them because employees are the active resource of any corporation. We have not.
Why did you fire those 7 employees, Mr. HR?
It's not true. It's happening.
So you did not fire those employees.
No.
Who fired those employees then? Aren't you the HR manager?
We have composed a high-level investigation committee that will investigate. We have
I'm talking about a case in the past years where you fired your employees, not this case, Mr. HR. Did you fire those employees?
No.
Please let him go.
So as a HR manager, you are not responsible of firing the employees. Who is in charge of the hearing when we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity? The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandals. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearings. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity's CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give her justification speech.
Manager and the Senate. Yes.
Try making it short, okay? Try making it short and.
Okay, yes. Yes. My name is Techi Mashi and I'm the acting CEO of Infinity Inc. So I would firstly just like to talk about the accusation that there have been several incidents where Infinity has violated privacy laws and we have gone unpunished. Here I would just like to comment on the fact that we haven't gone unpunished. This has happened because we have gone to court on these issues and the judges have said that we have not committed any crimes. So this is just one fact that I would like to start off with. And with that, I would like to hand over to Pranav Lumia, who is also our Chief of Technological Officer.
Good afternoon. So I would like to start by saying the accusation made on us. So it was the QuizyBot thing, where it was told that the personal information was being sold to the other companies and the phone usage, the web searches and the location information. I would like to say that the main factor which we take care in our website is the security, because looking at the companies who are being called for data breach is a lot, and we don't want that to happen to our company. So we make sure that the security systems of our company is very good. So talking about the backdoor guy, so he was the technical executive in our company who was working under me, and he was caught for data breaching. So we before he could sell the data, we like caught him red-handed, and we neutralized all the servers. Like the security was again retained, and that is why to remove his anger, he went against our company. And also, I would like to hand over the mic to Suraj.
Thank you, Pranav. A very unspecific term. So in our clauses, we have clearly mentioned that we do record data, but we record usage data of the users. So and according to this, we even have partnered with firms like marketing agencies that we sell this data to, but this is mentioned in our clauses when someone signs up to our app. This is clearly mentioned saying that we do this and they accept it. And after this, it is done. So now I'd like to pass the mic on to Alan Brun, our marketing manager.
Don't allow kids to be part of this, so we have A's on that.
Mr. CEO, how is it going to benefit me?
So it's a good question.
How is it going to benefit me?
What is going to benefit you?
How is all the information that you collect on me going to benefit me?
So when you are interacting with others,
Collected from the customer without the knowledge.
So all the information which we ask at the initial phase, and no personal privacy or something that data are taken by our organization.
But exactly how much data is needed to do that?
Not much, sir. It's all pushed by data. I like by data, sir.
Don't you collect personal information like age, phone number, their name?
Yes, indeed, sir. For creating an account, you will need all the information.
But why do you need is for
Information.
While you're making an account, I repeat the statement, while you're making an account, we use and
Without our information, Mr. CEO, Mr. CTO, what else information are collected without our information? You already mentioned that you use webcams. Do you use microphones? Do you collect the personal data while browsing other apps and other services in my mobile phone also?
So as a CTO of this company, I would like to assure that we are using technologies only to benefit to our users.
Can you please tell me your data collection policy?
Please listen to me. Initially, we started as a messaging app that is infinite, and then we moved to Connect. That has the facilities of newsfeed and sharing. The facilities we are updating. After one by one. Those are only for benefit. I'm coming there. So those are only for the benefit of our users. The information, the next level of technologies we are using is only for their benefit. So what's your point? Can you please repeat?
What more information do you collect without the user's knowledge?
So talking about the information collection, generally we have a privacy. The privacy is that we take your permission before collecting any sort of information from you. So initially you have to sign the license, the privacy paper before anything you want to connect with us or not.
How do you handle all those information that you collect?
Sorry?
How do you handle all those information that you collect?
No, we
know that 70% of the revenue comes from advertising. So we know that you manipulate those data somehow.
No, we don't do such anything.
Because it's the only thing of value to your company, Mr.
Sorry,
CTO.
about advertisement revenue, I would like to
The data you collect on the users is the only thing of value to your company, and you monetize on it. Yes or no, Mr. CEO?
Sorry.
You monetize the user's information. Yes or no?
Don't do that, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
So you do not have advertisement in your platform?
Please,
let me come to the question. Answer.
Do you not have advertisements on your platform?
Talking about our money collection and fund collection from where
I'm asking you a question, Mr. CTO.
Sorry.
Okay, fine, sir.
Do you or do you not have advertisements on your
We
platform?
have advertisement, but not that sort of advertisement. We have advertisement generally, right? So when a company comes to us and asks for advertisement, we will be showing everyone's account. We are not going to for every individual's account. We are not checking their profiles. We are not checking.
You do monetize our information. You
do
do.
not monetize. I repeat, we do not monetize. Sir.
Thank you.
We're here. We have customers. We need to respect them because of the customers.
My question is for CTO. Do you let a third-party website to give a platform in your app?
No, we don't do such things.
You don't do such things. Then how do you advertise?
Sorry?
Then how do you...
Senior executive of Infinity, The issues we'll consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We'll begin with Infinity CEO justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I'd like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give his clarification speech.
Thank you. Greeting and salutations to everybody.
Fraud, we as a JD Series can ban their company. Now give me a reason not to.
So what proof, actual paperwork or proof do you have?
About the Panama case, bank statements, about the money being transferred, and other from your own employees that we got to know that 1.2 million, taking 1.2 million, the data were being leaked from your company. I'm not talking about the money, I'm talking about the customer safety. The data were leaked. So these accusations are very much serious. So give me a reason not to ban the company now. Now give me a reason that why shouldn't we take action for you? So you are saying that
So
you are...
one thing I'd like to mention that it has been accused that we have sold, or one of the employees has sold data to private advertisement agency for 1.2 million rupees. But it's just an allegation which has been made to our company. Yes, data have been breached, but it is not.
But your privacy officer already has
Here to make things more transparent between we and our customers and other members over here. First of all, I would like to make justification of acquisitions imposed on our company. In fact, the company had not faced such acquisitions since its establishment, and as it is rapidly growing tech company in Southeast Asia. We are accused of, first one, misusing personal information, violating privacy laws, selling personal information to advertising agencies, shipping $350 million US to tax haven, Panama, transfer of money to the Indian sub company, unethical hiring of employees, and threatening of his employees. Now I would like to clear all the accusations one by one. Firstly, it is unremarkable to say that a well-growing company like Tech, so Infinite Inc., could do such a big mistake. We are in a growing stage and we are thinking to go globally. In such conditions, no tech company could do such mistakes. We are a company of a value of $800 million and $1.2 million is nothing for us. Our company is following ETA, Electronic Transaction Act, and other acts related to the cyber laws. Our company has maintained a good relation with our employees since its establishment phase, realizing employees are our assets. Our company has always focused to meet the need of our employees and address their problem. Our HR policy is unbiased, clear, and in favor of our employees. So all the accusations made against us are wrong, and it might be consequential of our competitors or our rivals. Thank you very much. This information is necessary. And it is necessary for us because we as a company want to know what our customers want.
Mr. CEO, so that it means that if someone else create my profile on your system or your application and if that person talk with another person, then that person will assume that as me. How do you manage this kind of things? You collect the information. Yes, you do collect the information, but I'm talking about how it's gonna benefit me. It's gonna harm me too, isn't it?
Indeed, it's a burning issue of our one. Okay, so until and unless, as you said, yes, for someone is creating your account and talking by acting as you are. So first thing, until and unless someone doesn't report, so we don't have that type of information. We are not sure about that. Now, but listen, sir. Can I speak?
So you declare,
please. Sorry?
Mr. CEO, you are in a Senate hearing.
Sorry.
Please do not raise your voice.
Okay. So we are trying to have a webcam scanning. So while you are creating, you will be having a phone in front of you. By your front camera will be scanning your face. And if face matches to your profile picture,
and then only you will be able to make an account. I'm sorry for that.
So you use
To connect in your platform, how do you advertise?
So, for advertisement,
I am talking to City, sorry.
sorry, sir.
So talking about the advertisement, we charge.
You let your platform to use a third-party website to advertise or not? Yes or no?
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do. So I want to know that how much information you let the third-party to use our personal information.
No, we don't do such things. I mean, we don't let them use all the necessary and
What kind of our personal information you let
only
the third party to use?
Only general information, sir.
General means, can you explain? Use our personal information to manipulate us. So you mean that?
Here I have the papers. Here I have the papers from Bank of Panama that shows around 200 million funds routed by fintech to the bank. I would like to admit these documents are an evidence, and we also have bank statements too. Is the company was accused of taking 200 million of cash out of the company and the country to Panama. Does that case include you both or not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
Was able to let go 200 million out of the country, and
Indeed not. It was only acquisition. I would like to read your question without.
Mr. CEO, you are standing in front of Senate, and we are not. This is not a storytelling station. It is a very serious matter, and we do not speak without any evidence. I have just previously I have clearly said that we have an evidence.
Let me explain. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. One of your friends says that if someone is creating your account by using this personal information, right? So what happened if someone else had created our account by using our personal information?
That is not my question.
So I want to say is that someone else, our competitors, might have done that. They might have.
So just to put you down, your competitors have invested 200 million.
They have invested, they have deposited that money is all of them, right? So that money belongs to them. Another thing is that there is a competitive driver in this business, and we are well growing business organization and so on. So our competitors will be doing that because we are the one of the leading.
What do you have to say about that, finance manager? Yeah. Are you included on that thing or not? On that scandal about taking 200 million out?
It was not a scandal at all.
Okay. And what about your own employee working under you who had leaked an information and took 1.2 million of corruption?
That is the fake.
Did you knew about that or not? I'm just asking. Did you knew about that? Yes or no?
Yes.
You knew about that. So you are clearly agreeing that you knew about that. You knew about your own employee creating a backdoor and leaking the information in front of your eyes, and you didn't did a single action.
It was in front of our eyes. It was just.
You previously said you knew about that. It is a very serious allegation.
Yeah.
Can I answer that question, please?
First, I will ask him, then you can answer later. Yeah.
I said that, did you know about that or not? I have just heard about that, but it was a fake news. At our High Court Committee Investigation Committee was established, and after their investigation, we come to know that it was a fake news.
But we can clearly see that the data of customers has been leaked from your company, and the finance manager here is saying that our committee has said that there is not any leak from the company.
It may be leakage from their files.
Your May has already caused loss of customers.
Can I say something, sir? So you are using your laptop, right? Someone is breaking your firewall and collecting information. Do you think it's our fault?
It is not, but that is very serious.
So if that thing would happen, then information will be that every individual customer would have leaked.
Let me remind you, Mr. CEO, the information was leaked. We created a backdoor in your server, collected those information, and sold it for 1.2 million.
When your firewall is break, then every person would break your. That is what was happening.
In the past 2 years, 7 employees have been fired, citing disciplinary issues. But the fired employees, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing them after they disclosed their business of selling data to the advertising company. So do you or do you not?
We fired them, but that was not the reason, sir.
I would like to ask the HR, what was the reason for firing those employees?
We have not fired them because employees are the active resource of any corporation. We have not.
Why did you fire those 7 employees, Mr. HR?
It's not true. It's bad news.
You did not fire those employees.
No.
Who fired those employees then? Aren't you the HR manager?
We have composed a high-level investigation committee that will investigate. We have
I'm talking about a case in the past years where you fired your employees, not this case, Mr. HR. Did you fire those employees?
No.
Please let him go.
So as a HR manager, you are not responsible of firing the employees. Who is in charge of?
If an egg is broken from external source, it breaks and it is finished. But if it's broken from internal force, then the life persists. Here we... So now, it's Team Centauros on the stage, please. Let's welcome them.
Big hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandals. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearings. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity's CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give her justification speech.
And the Senate. Yes.
Try making it short. Try making it short and.
Okay. Yes. My name is Techi Meshi and I'm the acting CEO of Infinity Inc. So I would firstly just like to talk about the accusation that there have been several incidents where Infinity has violated privacy laws and we have gone unpunished. Here I would just like to comment on the fact that we haven't gone unpunished. This has happened because we have gone to court on these issues and the judges have said that we have not committed any crimes. So this is just one fact that I would like to start off with. And with that, I would like to hand over to Pranav Nimia, who is also our Chief of Technological Officer.
Good afternoon. So I would like to start by saying the acquisition made on us. So it was the QuizyBot thing where it was told that the personal information was being sold to the other companies and the phone usage, the web searches and the location information. I would like to say that the main factor which we take care in our website is the security, because looking at the companies who are being called for data breach is a lot and we don't want that to happen to our company. So we make sure that the security systems of our company is very good. So talking about the backdoor guy, so he was the technical executive in our company who was working under me, and he was called for data breaching. So we before he could sell the data, we like caught him red-handed, and we neutralized all the servers, like the security was again retained, and that is why to remove his anger, he went against our company, and also I would like to hand over the mic to Suraj.
Thank you, Pranav. A very unspecific term. So in our clauses, we have clearly mentioned that we do record data, but we record usage data of the users. So and according to this, we even have partnered with firms like marketing agencies that we sell this data to, but this is mentioned in our clauses when someone signs up to our app. This is clearly mentioned saying that we do this and they accept it. And after this, it is done. So now I'd like to pass the mic on to Alan Brun, our marketing manager.
Your staff has created a backdoor. So how can you assure us that only your staff from floor level was responsible for that, but not why upper level management is not responsible for this?
Okay, so backdoor employee was the technical executive of our company. And I was the one, the team of the technical team caught him red-handed.
I'm asking you that, why don't you think that the team from upper level management is responsible for this fraud or for this backdoor?
Why is not any action has not been taken for the upper level management? Why is only the person who leaked the data was responsible and fired? If you have caught red-handed, maybe the upper level manager was also responsible for that. Why didn't you take any sort of action?
Is it okay to just say that Pranav Nimia, he is the upper level management. He is the head of the the technological, the office. So here's what happened. So as soon as he found out that certain illegal activities were going on in the department, he came straight to me and he said, what is the next step to do? So we caught him. There was no, there was no danger. There was no illegal activities concerned at that point. We also did inform our users, which is how we know this, because the information is out there that there was something like this.
So, Ms. CEO, what would you say about the income that are being generated from advertisements? 70% of income has been generated by your advertisements. So, what would you say about that?
So here's what I'd like to say about that. We are an online platform. We do not take any, and we do not charge any our users for putting up their profiles or for sharing messages. How we earn money is through affiliate marketing. That is how we get 70% of our, of our revenue from advertising. And as for the other 30%, like my marketing manager already responded to you, we do have tie-ups with other advertising firms and also.
Ms. Leo, you have been accused. You have been accused of your employee had sold data on 1.2 million to out or advertisers or someone else or the third party. So maybe he had taken a 1.2 million.
Okay, so I would just like to say that this is in fact correct, but where it comes from is wrong. So how we got this 1.2 million is so we partner up with advertising agencies, and what we do is we make it very clear on the terms and conditions.
Let me ask you, Mr. CEO. So you tie up with your
Previously said that yes, you had sale company agency for your company in Panama, isn't it? Is that yes? Okay. So before taking those money to Panama, there were some conditions. You had to pay some tax. Taxes has not been paid. What do you have to say about that?
So definitely, I would like to ask for before.
Miss, sorry, financial manager, you are standing in front of Senate, and not every Senate has to speak just because the media has spoken so. Maybe there are some proofs, and I'm asking about that. About the taxes, as being a government official, maybe I have a proof.
Yes, our intention to make an offshore account was definitely not tax evasion. Me being the financial manager, I can assure you that wherever it is coming from, I can definitely talk against it if I can see what we've been accused of. Here you're telling us that we haven't been paying tax in our home country, but we as responsible citizens sincerely condemn this behavior. So honestly, if nothing concrete can be proven against us, it is very difficult to comment on such a situation where the allegation is thrown on us.
So how do you assure us that?
I don't know what she has to say.
Team centers, thank you to the audience seat. So now we have a short break for 5 minutes, and let's meet again after 5 minutes with the next team.
Silence, everyone. Committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep the things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We will begin with Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit will be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to do his justification.
Infinity Incorporation, we will never try to do unethical, inappropriate behavior towards our valuable customers, our hand-to-hand partner and our employees. We were a small company since we started our business in 2010. From that day, we grew much bigger due to all the efforts of our active team and the customer who supported us in mean times. Infinity have always tried to make people connect, rejoice the best moments, and to celebrate better connection. We have always tried to make a company the best. In this journey of 9 years, have been really a good, because we have grew from 0 to 10 millions. All the companies who work in IT sector have tried to be a superior in the meantime, but we have delivered such a great platform to make ourselves proud and more our nation proud. Infinity first launched Infinity Messaging app, which overtake other messaging app, 100,000 downloads in the first 6 months to 7.3 million downloads till date. And we were able to connect all the people from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Bhutan. Along with the growing popularity, we developed Connect app. This tends people to connect and interact with each other. Connect app connects people all around the world through their personalized feed, create and leave their memories all the way. We never thought of having people
to create the account. In order to create an account on the application, what sort of information do you need to be collected by the consumer side? What is the main reason behind collecting the date of birth of the consumers?
As our product Connect, as we have another application Connect, for that we need to have the age of the user. So that's why we take the date of birth. They are eligible to do a user application or not. That's why we
Okay, is it for to identify that that person is not being able or unable to see the things that may be on the internet sites or these kind of things? Is it for that one?
We don't have that platform. We are just connecting app, so we don't show many things like that. It's a messaging app. So it's for that they could connect to different parties.
Okay, it means you could connect your application to the different parties.
No. I'm not telling about that. I'm telling my connection app. Connect application. I'm talking about connect application. For that we need age, so they could connect to other their age.
Okay, my question is to privacy officer that they do collect the information about the age, the phone numbers, the GPS locations, isn't it?
Yeah, we do collect the information of the age, but we do not collect their phone number, but we do take their GPS because we have to do under, since our app is under web, we have to move under the guidance of Google, and Google obviously tracks all the GPS.
You take the guidance of Google.
Because you have
you said that you won't have the access of other application or the other site on your application, and you are saying that Google could access
that app, the Quizy chatbot that your Connect messaging app had. You banned the Quizy chatbot because it was collecting the information on its users. Yes or no?
So actually what happens is, there are a lot.
Yes or no?
No.
So you haven't banned the app yet?
We have banned the app from accessing the user's details. Before, let me say, please, let me take my words. So before any of the users, they are trying to connect with the app.
You know the question actually. So
please, you may
Quizy app that collects users' information, and you have still allowed this app to use your services. Can you explain me?
We haven't banned the
manager.
Please let me explain.
I'm just adding up. Do consider your voice, because you are standing in front of Senate and you cannot raise your voice here. And those allegations could be very serious for your company, and with our decision, your company could get banned. So please look at your voice first.
You said about the chatbot. So what it happens is there are a lot of chatbots that wants to connect with our application. So we allow them because there is some of the revenue to us, we collect revenue from them. But before they get connected to any user's account, so there are some sort of privacy that user have to accept. And if the user do not read all the privacy statements and accept it, then we have no any issues about that. And as I said before, we only take the name, date of birth from the users.
So, is an employee working under you had sold a confidential data in 1.2 million? Does that cake of 1.2 million includes a piece for you too or not? Yes or no? Creating a backdoor under you? Did you know about your own employee creating a backdoor under your nose? Okay. Being the financial manager, you didn't even know that.
I'm not a financial
manager. Being the technological manager, you didn't have even had a hint that somebody had took the 1.2 million under your nose and leaked the information. Okay, so should I call you irresponsible manager, or should I say that an employee working under you is much more clever than you?
So you did not have any idea that there was a backdoor in your firewall. Okay, thank you for your time. I'd like to ask the finance, 1.2 million rupees that your employee collected from advertisers by selling the company information. So you do not know that one of your employees collected all those data and sold those information to advertising agency. I'd like to add the Panama scandal here. In 2015, you bought your earnings to tax haven Panama. The amount is said to have accumulated to around 350 million over the last 3 years. Does that case includes you, Ms. Finance Manager? So you had no idea that your company was funneling money out of the country.
We did not even had an idea that the company was taking out of, someone in the company was taking out 350 million out and taking to the Panama. Is that
CEO,
correct?
the CEO, did you have any idea about it? I'd like to ask the CEO.
Finance Manager, you are standing in front of Senate and we do not speak without evidence.
Money being funded out of your company?
Yes.
Using a shell company?
Yes, I do know, but what for the money is given is for we have deal with the start company. That's as our.
Please speak clearly.
Sure. Yeah, I do know about the money. That's we have 270 million we have given to start company for our development process to make it as it's only an Android platform. So we do want it to be
Isn't there a
platform.
legal paperwork that needs to be done before you route money out of the country and the company?
Yes, we do have. Yes, we do have
What
that.
are the taxes then? You haven't paid the taxes.
We do have, but yes, we have paid the taxes. We have all evidence. We won't be telling you anything that is out of context. So
My question is for CTO. So, a third-party website use your platform for advertisement or not? Don't you let third-party website to use your platform or not? And that you don't advertise any third-party website.
So you do not advertise on your platform. Do you or do you not advertise on your platform, Mr. CTO? You do. So you do not allow any third-party application to use your platform to advertise their product. Yes or no?
There was an advertisement of Dora's app, and at the meantime, when my friend logged into his account, he got an advertisement of mobile games. Then we realized that on my mobiles there are a lot of such software that do work for online purchasing, and on my friend mobile there are more games. So my question is, how do you make such biased advertisement idea among two of us?
Yes, manager, as I previously mentioned, that could be a very serious allegation. So, technology manager, that could be very serious allegation lying in production. You are changing your words.
I'd like to ask the HR people, do you or do you not bias your employees based on their political standpoints?
No, being as HR manager of the Infinity Inc., I haven't hired any of the employee on the basis of the religion, culture of the country.
I'm not saying about the religion or the culture, I'm saying about the political influence in your hiring. Because more than half of your staff support the left-wing political party, and recently the company has donated campaign money to the left-wing political campaign candidate. Can you explain to me the decision to donate?
We have the bank statement right here. We can see that on the here.
I want to see the bank account that you have got here.
Okay, we can make it available for you later, That's all.
Are you
I want the
actually?
bank transaction here because we have done the transaction only.
We will
on
order
bank.
the committee to provide you with bank order. It will be made available.
We have to just connect the dots looking backwards. Thank you, Team Triangulum. Impressive debates, sound ideas. Then there is Boomerang International Education Services presents Post-Train Lever 2019 in association with Landmark Education Services and powered by Coca-Cola. So for the next team, I will
Welcome everybody to today's hearing on Infinity's social media privacy, the use and abuse of data and tax evasion. This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We'll begin with Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes, I'd like to remind the members that the time limit should be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give his clarifications.
News reporters are welcome, party welcome. So, as you know, we start our business from 2010 as a messaging apps, and due to your love and your using rate of this application, so we got many users in our country as well as in foreign Asian countries. So we research all the want and the demand of you all peoples and your Asian preference. So regarding your Asian preference, we try to develop all the features in our applications. So our plan was to make our country technologically sound in all over country. So and to make a whole channel for the communication with the rest of all world with a singular using of your application in your Android mobile. So according to our principle, we are able to achieve our goal and the target as well as global market also. So as per required, we added new features and certain changes in the applications time to time. So as your requirement. So as per your required, we also started another app named called Connect. So many people were connected through these applications and they got a link with the whole world. This frequently cover a channel of communications. As for our company required, we issue our share to public and add some added software named Twinkle to make processing more easy and more faster. So we call it a lot of processing of data in Twinkle software. So we coordinate with government for the security of agencies for the privacy of all users, and our company has to keep all user information is backward in our office. So government order us for the better security of the all person those who are user in our user of this application.
Collected from the customers without their knowledge. What source of data is being collected from the customers without their knowledge?
To put in like name and your other general information will be attached to that.
Exactly how much data is needed to do so?
Generally, more than 10 or 15 information will be added.
Why do I need to provide you such data?
So that data give you as an instructions to what? If somebody want to link with you, so you or she have to know about yourself, know about him, himself to you. So that's why that data will be needed.
How is that data being processed?
So when you have that application in your mobile, so you have to go through the online. So if you put in your name and as well as your security, so pin number or any things, so it will automatically activate on the page. If your mobile is active on the online page.
My question is to technical. How do you assure us that our data is safe with you?
We have made that type of app which is useful for the customers. As for the app, the app should give the all the customer very different features. But
If language is the problem, then you all may proceed in the positive.
एप्लिकेसनले भन्दाखेरि हामीलाई फाइदा कस्टमर सर्भिस
Asking is, how can you assure us? उसले हामीलाई कसरी विश्वास दिलाउन सक्नुहुन्छ कि हजुरले चाहिँ हाम्रो डाटा सिक्योरली राख्नु भएको छ, हजुरको कम्पनीमा हाम्रो डाटा सिक्योर छ भनेर मलाई कसरी विश्वास दिलाउनुहुन्छ हजुरले?
खासमा त्यो डाटा चाहिँ हाम्रो सेभ हुन्छ तर ब्याकअप हुन्छ।
कसरी भनिरहेको छु मैले? कसरी? For the technical department, you are the CEO. You must know about those sort of things. As being the technical department को head हुनाले तपाईलाई त्यति थाहा हुनुपर्छ कि कसरी तपाईले अस्योर गराउनुहुन्छ हामीलाई। Okay, thank you. Thank you.
CTO मेरो क्वेसन के छ भन्दाखेरि तपाईँले जुन डाटा हाम्रो लिनुहुन्छ नि त्यो डाटाहरूले चाहिँ म्यानेज गर्नुको लागि तपाईँले आफ्नो सिस्टमलाई चाहिँ कसरी बिल्ड गर्नुभएको छ किनकि यहाँ त धेरै डाटाहरू गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ नि त त्यो भएर तपाईँले त्यसलाई चाहिँ कसरी बिल्ड गर्नुभएको छ त्यो सिस्टमलाई
हाइरार्कीमा डेभलप गरेको छौँ त्यसमा डिफ्रेन्ट मेम्बर्स टिम मेम्बर्सहरू.
Okay, my next question is to privacy officer. Who's the privacy officer? Information regarding the age of the consumer or the age of the people who want to sign up in your system or the application?
Yes, actually, various instructions they have to fulfill those instructions on their all requirement on their sites.
तपाईँले उमेरहरू साथसाथै नामहरू सबै कलेक्ट गर्नुहुन्छ होइन अनि उनीहरूको उमेर चाहिँ तपाईँहरू वास्तवमा किन कलेक्ट गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ
कस्तो भनेपछि त्यसमा चाहिँ अरू एडभर्टाइजिङका कुराहरू पनि आइरहेका हुन्छ.
उमेरमा कसरी एडभर्टाइजमेन्टको कुरा आउँछ
हाम्रो जस्तै त्यो सफ्टवेयरहरूमा चाहिँ अरू कुराहरू लिङ्केज भएर पनि आइरहेका हुन्छ. त्यो
भनेपछि तपाईँको एप्लिकेसन हामीले युज गऱ्यौँ भने हामीहरूसँग पनि कनेक्टेड छ ताकि तपाईँको सिस्टम हामीले चलाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो सिस्टममा अरू पनि आएर बसिदिरहेको हुन्छ. कहिलेकाहीँ होइन कि कहिलेकाहीँ भन्नु चाहिँ भइरहेको हुन्छ नि हुन्छ कि हुँदैन
हुन्छ या हुँदैन
ओके हुन्छ भने अब हामीले तपाईँको सिस्टममा अथवा तपाईँको एप्लिकेसनमा हाम्रो एकाउन्ट किन खोल्नु
त्यसबाट हजुरहरूले अरू कुराहरूसँग
तपाईँहरू त हाम्रो इन्फर्मेसनलाई अरू सिस्टमसँग दिइरहनु भएको छ उतातिर गइरहेको छ हाम्रो सिस्टम हाम्रो कुराहरू अरूले थाहा पाइरहेको छ हाम्रो प्राइभेसीमा असर पाइरहेको छ भने अब हामी तपाईँकोमा एकाउन्ट किन खोल्ने हामीले तपाईँको साइन गरेकै भने
हजुरहरूको जुन इन्फर्मेसनहरू हुन्छ त्यो हजुरहरूले त्यहाँ इन्स्ट्रक्सनहरू दिएको हुन्छ तपाईँले आफूले मात्रै देख्न पाउने या अरूले पनि देख्न पाउने भनेर हजुरहरूले आफूले मात्रै देख्न पाउने गरेर राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ होइन सेफली अनि त्यस्तो गरेर
हामी आफैले मात्रै देख्न मिल्ने गरेर राखे तापनि त्यो डाटा कता कता सेभ त हुन्छ अब त्यो सिक्योर छ भन्ने कसरी थाहा हुन्छ त हामीलाई त्यो अरू कसैले एक्सेस गर्न सक्दैन भन्ने कसरी थाहा हुन्छ त
त्यहाँ
My next question is for financial manager. Who's the financial manager? कम्पनीलाई चाहिँ के अक्युज लागेको छ भन्दाखेरि 350 मिलियन चाहिँ कम्पनीबाट बाहिर गएको छ देशबाट बाहिर गएको छ कहाँ गएको छ भन्दा पानामा गएको छ होइन ट्याक्सबाट बच्नको लागि होइन यो अक्युज आएको छ हजुरमाथि अब यो ट्रु हो कि होइन
They might know right their all views. They always want to write their opinion, negative or positive opinion. So I don't think I have do the first type of activity.
So you're saying no. You're saying no that a company was accused of taking 300 million cash out of the company and the country too. You're saying no.
No. Yes, sir.
Okay. So and without your knowledge, you're saying that somebody took 350 million out of the company to somewhere else. Is that possible?
No, sir. Well, obviously, no. How can, without my information, they can take my money. They can do with my financial activity.
What about you,
Infinity? The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandals. We have 9 members in our committee today. For today's hearing, we will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We'll begin with Infinity's CEO justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I'd like to remind the members that the time limits will be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I request the CEO to give the justification speech.
Of misusing the personal information of the users of our software and also allegations on our company of tax fraud. We would like to first clarify and remind everybody that our company holds a huge market share as it has users all over Nepal, India, Pakistan and Bhutan. Therefore, it is not an obligation but our responsibility that we are protecting the users' information in every way possible. Our vision and mission have always worked hand in hand for the continuous betterment of a good customer experience. Thus, we would never sell the personal information of the users to any advertisement company that would exploit the privacy of our users in any way. First of all, there is no way in which our company can gain access to photos, messages, or videos of the users. The only thing that we have access to and have used are the locations of the users to track all the required structure based in our country and also to adapt to the language, which was also done only after the permission from the users themselves, that too for their benefit. We are the leading company in our country, and we believe that these are some of the unethical moves taken by our competitors of spreading these allegations about us. We are Infinite Incorporation from Nepal, and we are going outside Nepal also. We would never take any action that would help our customers lose faith in us. Thank you.
Data.
Pardon?
Why do I need to provide such kind of data to you?
See, for this, I think she will better answer this, our HR manager, for you.
Don't you know that?
I do, but we have our own term and condition. If you want me to, I will.
Yes.
Okay, let the technology officer answer the question. What sorts of data are collected and why do you need those kind of information?
Hello gentlemen. This for the software updates.
What sorts of data?
Source of data is the basic data you need to log in for.
Like
Your name, your phone number, your email address, such kind of data
Any
which
other
can be
information?
further used.
Any other identifiers like IP address, IMEI numbers?
We don't basically do the IP. We don't track. We don't write the IP address. We don't want IP address. It will be tracked with the smartphone itself.
Then how are you able to track your customers?
You do not collect IP addresses.
We do collect IP addresses, but we do not track them every time.
So you have just mentioned that he used to locate your customers.
So he used to locate his customer, but he doesn't use to track.
How do you locate your customers without the IP address? What's the mechanism of locating?
When you use Messenger or any other app, the option of turning on your locations. In that you click yes or no. Right? If you click yes, then your location comes forward to our app.
So you do collect GPS signals and Wi-Fi signals?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So as we know that 70% of your revenue comes from advertisements, how do you let your advertisers use those information? I would like to ask the technology officer or the privacy officer may answer.
So why did he
Privacy officer.
You're the
I'm the
privacy.
privacy officer. So talking about the privacy, so the privacy officer, the main task of the officer, privacy officer, is to secure the data and all the data that the customer provide to us. So there, being such a big company, so the allegation that has been put on us is 1.2 million we have got from the
I'm asking you a question. How do you restrict the number of information, the information that advertisers can access of the users?
So just the privacy officer, the company does not limit the privacy officer only to leak the data.
I just want the mechanism. How do the advertisers or what information do they? Your platform surely has advertisement, yes or no? Let me ask you a question.
We do not provide any kind of advertisement.
So your platform doesn't have advertisement while your finances shows that 70% of your revenue comes from advertising, Mr. Privacy Officer. Don't you know how your company is run?
If we were actually involved in the in such kind of unethical businesses,
Mr. Privacy Officer, I'm asking if your platform doesn't have advertisement. No. So what's your source of revenue? Finance manager. If you don't have advertisements on your platform, what's the source of revenue for your?
हाम्रो चाहिँ पेड एडभर्टाइजमेन्ट जो कम्पनीहरू हामीले पे गरेर तिर्नुहुन्छ नि हैन उहाँको मात्रै राखिन्छ कि हामीले उनीहरूले जस्तै हामीले कुनै पनि कस्टमरको डाटाबेस अनुसारको अब कस्टमरहरूलाई के मन पर्छ तिनीहरूको प्रिफरेन्स
I'm asking, does your platform have advertisement or not? And he said no. Then how do you get? So is this paid or subscription based? Is your services based on subscription?
सब्सक्रिप्सन गरेपछि चाहिँ आउँछ तर हामीले
So only users that pay subscription fees can access your platform. Is that right?
Yes.
So it is not open to other public.
अब पब्लिकलाई ओपन छ तर जो चाहिँ अब आफ्नो
So you give extra services to those users that pay those fees. The pay.
You're a finance manager.
So what do you say about the 1.2 million creating a backdoor by your own employee under you?
के त्यसको चाहिँ केही प्रुफ छैन
How can you assure next question is for the technical. Can you assure us that the company won't I'll try to repeat my question. How will you be able to track the fake accounts, profiles and the news that are being spread from your app?
In our basic information चाहिए थियो. Because of that, we are tracking all the information.
So what's the mechanism of banning or deleting the fake accounts in your platform?
Sir, for deleting the fake accounts, what we do is first we suspend the account and terminate the account.
How do you know that this account is fake and this
Sir,
is
we
genuine?
have the basic information of the customer and we have the location track, sir.
So if I use Mr. Milan's face and his information, won't I be able to log into your platform? But I will be using a fake account. How will that be handled? This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The issues we will consider will range from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have 9 members in our committee for today's hearing. We will do our best to keep things moving efficiently given our circumstances. We'll begin with Infinity CEO justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 15 minutes. I'd like to remind the members that the time limit will be strictly enforced given the numbers that we have here today. So I'll request the
I'd like to start with the justification that from the HR part. Our HR especially recruit the quality employees. It doesn't matter the employee is from which ethnic minority, ethnic society, from which political background or which from any background. We always consider the quality. Quality is above everything. We do not compromise about quality. So in our HR policy, there is nothing like that. We are doing any illegal issues about regarding hiring, and there is now no such evidence that we did any threatening activity to our employees, because what we did priorly, we warned our some of our employees who did some mistakes in managing the personal data of our users. That's about our HR part. Let's talk about our marketing part. To complete with the online advertising arena, we must go to online advertising, and we do that, and we will clarify in the question session how we do that and why. And we do have a plan of expansion in India, and for that reason we did transport amount to there, and there is no physical evidence yet of our any construction and such things, but we have bought land there, and we will start soon our building and construction over there. We will control southern part of Asia from there by having.
Mr. CEO, due to time constraints, I would like you to come to point.
First, email addresses, age.
So let me ask you, why do you collect the information regarding age, related to age? Why do you need the information about age?
Because for our marketing policy, we do need collect to some data about our customers, and we have big data software for analyzing our customers' data to sort out our what kind of marketing policy is needed for what segment of customers.
Mr. CEO, how it is going to benefit us?
Financial manager, your own employee was accused of selling data on 1.2 million. Let's keep that allegation apart. Tell me, how can you make me assure that that 1.2 million do not include you?
There is no way to do corruption in our organization.
How can you assure us? I'm saying that.
Yeah, actually, here is our CEO. He is always monitoring all department continuously. So we can assure that there is no way to be corrupted in our organization.
So without situation is here, understanding the situation is here. It's like technical department is also here, CEO also here, and the financial department is also here. And without any of their concern, somebody had took the 1.2 million and sold the data. And
One of the fired employees, when asked by the media, has accused the company of firing after they disclosed their business of selling data to the advertising company. Many employees are threatened as well as to keep their mouths shut. So my question is, do you threaten an employee for telling the truth about you?
No, it's not true.
And why did you fire those employees?
Oh, you know that we merged a company with some, in few days ago, we acquired a company and we need some specialists for this company when we acquired it.
Elaborate that. What
Since having us, you sure had a good time at the Senate, didn't you? Finally, last but not the least, we have our ultimate team for today's group discussion, and the team is Team Cartwheel. Please let's welcome Team Cartwheel here. This is the last speaker today.
Privacy, the use and abuse of data and tax evasion. This is a unique area where we have.
We value morality, ethics, and confidentiality. We know what human beings want and require. We work for the welfare of human beings and not just for money. A tree that has more fruit gets the more stones. So the allegations are all false. Ethics, equality, principles of justice do not change with calendar. Our company believes, and will keep believing this thought. Thank you.
Does your company collect personal identifiers like name, age, address, and IP address? Yes. Some other things like IMEI, GPS signals, Wi-Fi signals, Bluetooth beacons, and conversation text.
It does.
Okay. So, if 70% of your revenue comes from the advertisement of your company earns from the advertisement, then what is the chances that you do not manipulate with the data?
We respect human wants. We respect privacy.
Your respect won't work, ma'am, here. Thing is your privacy and policy will. And try convincing me that how will you assure me that you do not manipulate with those data?
We adopt a highly secure system.
Such
We
as?
encrypt data.
Such as?
We take the system from American technology. We encrypt data where we store the data in binomial numbers, and then we encrypt the data, and decryption of those data takes hundreds of years.
So how come your own employee, your own lower level employee was able to get access to those data?
We are acute. It's not true. Every accusation is not true.
But how?
Door created in your firewall. So I will ask the technology officer to give me an answer. How was the employee able to create a backdoor in your system?
The technology officer?
Middle level employee able to create a backdoor in a soft system and collect all those private informations. Please.
Although it was encrypted, just like your CEO said, they were encrypted and your lower level employee were able to get access. How?
Maybe the employer was managed.
Maybe it won't work here. I want the facts.
We don't want answers in maybe this option. So you don't have answers?
Yes, I have. Actually, the employer is suffering from the...
Are you making the stories here?
No.
This is not a storytelling session. We want answers. Let me ask the privacy officer. What is your privacy policy regarding the amount of information the advertisers have access to? How much data do the advertisers have access to in your platform?
The advertisements cannot have access to any unnecessary.
But 70% of your income comes through the advertisement. Then how can you say that there is not an access of the advertisers?
I told you it was not because of the unnecessary data.
So what
Yes,
necessary information do the advertisers have? You said no any unnecessary information. So let me clarify me that what are those necessary information that the advertisers need?
First of all, our advertisers are the business firms who want to promote their company through our websites.
Tatas. And you are not keeping them safe.
The users are given the notification whether or not to disclose the data. It's their choice to
My question is for CTO. Do you allow third parties website in your platform to advertise or not? Yes. You don't allow, and your 70% of revenue you earn it from advertisement.
Yes.
So
Do you have any clarification?
So tell me, how does the facts add up? How do you collect those revenue? If you do not,
Revenues by as we have use the apps like Connect and then messaging apps. For that,
it's a free service, Miss Officer, and any user can use it for free. And how do you
I'm not
collect?
saying that.
How do you earn the revenue?
We have many users,
The
about
finance officer
10.3
can answer this
million
question.
users. For that,
You're just stealing stories.
Technical department. Did you not know about your own employee creating a backdoor? Technological manager, you didn't even know, had a hint that somebody took 1.2 million under your nose and leaked the information. Is that correct? Yes or no? So you knew that he was taking 1.2 million of cash and leaked the information, and you didn't take any sort of action.
yes,
That's a very serious allegation.
immediately as we know that we took action on them.
So you knew about 1.2 million was taken by your employee, already taken by your employee, and the information was already been leaked.
No, I didn't do that.
Now you are changing your words in front of Senate, and that's a very serious thing, Miss.
No, I don't know that. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be a person.
So, as you have again disagreed to that statement, should I call you an irresponsible manager, or should I say that an employee working under you in a smaller level is much more clever and intelligent than you?
Threatened your employees for telling the truth about you?
Accuse me or threaten me, then we have a policy like they can use a whistleblower protection law so that and
Then what was the reason to fire all those 7 employees?
7 employees was like those human resources did unethical work inside the organization,
Like?
which can pollute the
Like
organization.
what sort of activities?
Like privacy, they try to share some information about.
So they tried to sell the information to advertisers,
but they couldn't.
Then how come an employee created a backdoor in your firewall and leaked all those informations?
Dear Sadhana Acharya, to honor the judges with Kada, please. Words to thank our judges as they managed to separate time for Boston Endeavor 2019. And in spite of their hectic schedule, we are overwhelmed by our judges, Mr. Navin Shrestha and Mr. Dinesh Pandit. Thank you. So this has been beautiful, hasn't it? All be seated now, please. We shall now begin the function.
Be great to start, but you definitely have to start to be great. Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a lovely evening. And trust me, you guys are looking absolutely fantastic. We are extremely thrilled to behold the gatherings of people from 3 different nations under the same roof. And this is your host for this evening, Dipti Basnan.
Compiling all the highs and the lows, the yeses and the nos. Here we are, the closing ceremony of this beautiful festival, Boston Endeavor 2019. And here I am again, Sanket Adhikari, for your host in this evening. Welcome all, people. For now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute pleasure to extend a word of warm welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Anand Bahadur Chand, to occupy the distinguished chair.
Director of Boston International College, Mr. Raju Lama, to be seated, please. Thank you, sir. Now we look forward to request a representative from Bhutas, our title sponsor, Mr. Deepak Paul, to occupy the designated chair. I am immensely pleased to invite the representative from Landmark Education Services, here, sir, to have his seat. Now I consider it's a great honor to welcome the MB, Mr. V.C. Ramsapagai, to the seat.
Adhikari to have his seat, please. Also, may I please request the BBA Program Coordinator in Boston International College, Mr. Iswar Bikul Sapkora, to have his seat. Furthermore, I would like to request our BBA and BCIS Program Director, Mr. Navin Shrestha, to take his seat, please. And finally, it's my pleasure to acknowledge all the teachers, students, and faculty members present over here. Now, for the inaugural
with Landmark Education Services, powered by Coca-Cola Bottlers Nepal Tarai Limited, supported by Yamaha, Mo Enterprises, and Promise Education Services.
As our media partner, we have Kalika TV, Kalika FM, Chidavan Post, Naya Patrika, Narayani Online, and Sahas Media. And finally, The Cave, a themed restaurant, being our food partner along with King Corn. Boomerang International Education Service presents Boston Endeavor 2019 is a pinnacle of business acumen and leadership funnel for you all. We are creating a platform to hone your core and latent managerial and entrepreneurial spirits. It is a platform where you can improve your management skills and be competent so that you can stand out of the crowd and achieve something meaningful and productive in life.
May I now invite the chairperson of Boston International College, Mr. Anand Bahadur Chand, onto the dais for his few words.
It's really a great pleasure to be invited as me, chief guest as well as the chief guest of this program. I'm really happy to see you all guys under the one roof of 3 countries, and it's a great achievement of the Boston undergrad student conducting this program with a grand success. Without taking much time, I would like to thank you all to be here in Boston, as well as I would like to thank you all the volunteers, the team leaders, the decorating teams, and the task teams who have done great job. As well as I would like to thank you all my colleagues and staffs to support this program with full of heart. Last but not the least, I would like to say that your journey to your home will be pleasant. Have a safe flight and safe travel. Thank you to all.
मैले चाहिँ थोरै बुमराङको विषयमा थोरै परिचय दिन्छु। बुमराङ इन्टरनेसनल एजुकेसन सर्भिसेस 2008 मा एडिलेड अस्ट्रेलियामा इस्टाब्लिश भएको हो। त्यसपछि यसले आफ्नो शाखा विस्तार गर्दै दिल्ली, नेपालको काठमाडौँ, बुटोल, नानगढ, त्यस्तै गरेर पोखरा, विराटनगरमा हाम्रो शाखाहरू छ र हामीले मोस्टली अस्ट्रेलियाको लागि स्टुडेन्ट भिजाको काम गर्छौँ। त्यो भएर मैले तपाईहरुलाई एउटा रिक्वेस्ट पनि गर्छु कि हामीलाई पनि सेवा गर्ने मौका दिनुहोस् है। र अब म यो बोस्टन इन्डिभेयरको बारेमा कुरा गर्छु। बोस्टन इन्डिभेयर एउटा यस्तो प्रोग्राम हो जुन चाहिँ नेपालमा पहिलोचोटि फर्स्ट टाइम नै हो, इन्टरनेसनल लेभलको प्रोग्राम जहाँ चाहिँ 3वटा कन्ट्रीको कम्पिटिसन छ है। यहाँ पार्टिसिपेट हुने सबैजनालाई मैले चाहिँ धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र जित्नु भएकोलाई कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन र हार्नु भएकोलाई पनि कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन दिन चाहन्छु। र मैले यो विषयमा थोरै के भन्न चाहन्छु भने यस्तो खालको एक्टिभिटिज, यस्तो खालको टास्कहरू योभन्दा केही समय अगाडिसम्म यो चितवनमा कुनै पनि कलेजमा हुँदैन थियो। इभन म पनि तपाईँहरूभन्दा केही 2-3 ब्याच मात्रै सिनियर हो, तर मैले पनि यो खालको टास्क, यो खालको एक्टिभिटिज मैले मेरो आफ्नो कलेज, मेरो आफ्नो लाइफमा कहिले पनि पाइनँ। र कहिलेकाहीँ म हिजो पनि आएँ, आज पनि आएँ र मैले सोच्ने गर्छु यस्तो खालको टास्क काश म पढ्ने टाइममा पनि हुन्थ्यो भने आज म जहाँ छु त्योभन्दा केही स्टेप अगाडि हुन्थ्यो होला है। त्यो भएर यो कुरा यो खालको एक्टिभिटिज हाम्रो चितवनमा मात्रै होइन, हाम्रो बोस्टनमा मात्रै होइन, हरेक कलेज, हरेक युनिभर्सिटिज, हरेक नेपालको जुनसुकै कुनाको कलेज होस्, जुनसुकै ठाउँको युनिभर्सिटी होस्, यो खालको एक्टिभिटिज जरुरी छ। किनभने पढेको कुरा फिल्डमा उतार्न धेरै नै गाह्रो हुन्छ र यो एक्टिभिटिजले त्यसलाई धेरै नै सहयोग गर्छ। त्यो भएर म यो प्रोग्राम सञ्चालन गर्ने अर्गनाइजिङ टिमलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। विशेष गरी कमलजी, राहुलजी, उहाँहरूलाई विशेष धन्यवाद।
Hearing my voice, thank you Sanket. I hope you guys aren't tired of hearing my voice all day. Hello everyone. We're very proud to see all of us working very hard day and night to make this event a success. This event marks the first ever international level management competition in Nepal, and we are proud to be able to host it in Boston. This event wouldn't have been possible if we didn't have participants from India and Bangladesh join us. So we'd like to extend our sincere gratitude to the participants whom we have already befriended, traveling all the way from Bangalore and Dhaka. From India, we have St. Joseph's College. In Bangladesh, representing 5 universities, is Bangladesh University of Business and Technology, BRAC University, University of Dhaka, North-South University, and East-West University. The colleges from all over Nepal are equally important to us, and we are delighted to see many new faces and some of the old ones of Boston Endeavor 2018 too. We would like to take the name of all the participating colleges from Nepal. So all the way from Mahendranagar, we have MET College. From Dhangadi, Nepal Mission Academy. From Pokhara, we have Pokhara Lincoln College. Also from Pokhara University School of Management. We have ACE Institutes of Management from Kathmandu. From Lalitpur, we have Citizens College. All the way from Biratnagar, we have Purvanchal University. We would also like to thank our neighboring college, Oxford College of Engineering and Management, for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you guys with us for the last 3 days. We hope that you guys are doing okay and aren't fed up with all the tasks that you had to perform during the event. Hope you guys are able to let go all the tensions and frustrations of the event and take all the positives with you. Special congratulations in advance for all of you. Thank you all for your warm and enthusiastic participation. I understand it's getting late, and I don't want to waste any more of your time, so thank you for listening.
And I would like to request them to award their core committee members in the ceremony. Now, may I invite the event heads onto the dais, naming Kiran Depkoda, Mr. Ashok Bhura, Mr. Megnath Vegmi, Mr. Ashish Vishal, and Mr. Santosh Sathari onto the stage. and Ms. Shraddha Bister. Onto the stage, please. May I call upon Operation Hits, Mr. Gaurav Devkuda and Mr. Ayush Purasani onto the stage, please.
So now, for the event supervisors, we have Prabhat Neupane and Sampada P.I. on the stage. Miss Nikita Tumelsinga. I'd like to call upon the stage the representative of Boomerang International Education Service, Mr. Deepak Pore, to receive the honor from our coordinators and mentors. Thank you so much, sir, for considering our event. Mr. Kiran Bahal to accept the love from our side.
Now may I invite Mr. Naveen sir and Jagdish sir onto the dais for announcing the name of third participant on each of the events as in entrepreneurship, wealth management, human resource, marketing and CEO. Thank you.
Third participants in different tasks. The first one is Pirates of Hits or wealth management. The third students are, can you guess? Can you guess? Okay, they are from Boston International College.
To announce the third winner for the Workforce Guru of the Human Resource Management. Can you guess? It's Manisha Dhakal, Boston International College. Lincoln International College, Sangam Guru. Congratulations.
Next third prize goes to, the topic is marketing
Join all the marketing.
or marketing. Any guesses? Again, It's from Boston
So, ladies and gentlemen, come on. Runner off for the Weezy all the entrepreneurship. Is there any cases?
Yes, that's from
Yes, International Institute of Management, Alija Papa. Congratulations, John.
सुना है दिल का रौब ही कुछ नया है कोई राज कम वक्त है छुपाया खुदा ही जाने बेशक मेरा इसे प्यार हो गया ला 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 ला
The use and abuse of data and tax evasion. This is a unique hearing where we have the 6 senior executives of Infinity. The issue we will consider from data privacy to consumer protection, money transfer to tax havens, and the recent scandal. We have then we will hear Infinity CEO's justification speech. We will then move on to questioning. The questioning will be for 10 minutes. I would like to remind the members that the time limit should be
name information. You said no, Alexa, isn't it?
have basic information.
Why did you lie to us?
I never mentioned that.
Miss CEO, that matters. Also, if you lie, then with the decision of Senate, your company could be banned. So please think before you say.
your privacy policy and your data collection, knowing or without you mentioning that in the privacy policy.
In the using of this app, we have enter your mobile.
Your fake accounts will be created through the same number as well. How do you deal with those accounts? So my next question is to privacy. Can you please tell your clients? And those accounts has been sold for 1.2 million. For such kind of accused as a privacy officer, you do not know.
So, being a financial manager, you did not even have a hint that somebody took 1.2 million under your nose and leaked the information. Yes or no? Yes or no?
May I ask something to
Yes or no?
on which facts?
I'll take that as an yes. Thank you.
Big things need
Have you or not taken any sort of action yet?
Yes, that's confidential, and we have taken a time.
Employee creating a backdoor under you? Did you know about your own employee creating a backdoor under your nose?
270 million were given to Star Company. We do want it to do
legal paperwork that this?
We have a reason. We're not stating that we
Can
took
verify
that
that?
personally.
Region, please.
Our organization needs to expand. It's like right now it's functioning in the eastern part, right? So it needs to expand. And for that expansion plan, we need investment.
So you mean to say that to expand your organization, you are playing with the privacy of public?
How does that improve privacy?
So you
It's
just
the
told
money.
that to
It's the
expand.
revenue.
You just told that to expand our organization to 80%. 30% is other revenue.
Okay, the fund does not include, accumulation of personal data.
Just by your words, I cannot believe that those 350 millions were taken out just to expand your business. How do you assure me that those were taken out of the country without paying the tax? Actually, I was forgetting the main point. Without paying the tax, taken out of the country just because of expanding the business. How can you assure?
Wealth management.
Her participant in each of the events.
Any guesses? So now we are going to announce the first runner-up of Weezy Google Entrepreneurship. Susan Quickel from reaches. First runner-up is Pranab Lunia and Lakshmi Priya Rahman. What force guru or human resource management? Any guesses, please? It's Taha Sayyed. Our CEO, the first runner-up is. Any guesses, please? It's Techi Messi. India. Congratulations, congratulations. So, marketing doing or marketing? Any guesses, please? And the winner is Pritam Rizal. Congratulations.
I would like to invite Mr. Rishi Ram Chamagai, MBA Program Director, and Mr. Santal Siddhar, a full faculty member, the best presenter.
Okay, regarding the first positions in Pirates of Riches or Wealth Management, the first position award goes to, any guesses? Vishram Kapali and Prasad Paragi. Workforce Guru. Award goes to Ria Seth our CEO. The first position goes to Aruba Adhikari, Citizen College. Congratulations. The next event, our first position award goes to Ellen Bari. In Wheezy Mughal or entrepreneurship. The first position goes to Suraj.
Hello, good evening everyone. So I'm going to announce the best presenter in all the sessions. So first, pioneers of riches and wealth management. Can anyone please guess who the best presenter is? Can you guess? Best presenter. So he is Pranav Lunia from India.
And the fun part, please. For the best presenter, Naya Patrika has sponsored one night coupon in Jungle Safari Lodge. Please.
Spend more time to enjoy this jungle safari like this.
So the best presenter goes to Taha Sir. So the next competition, Corporate Energy, our CEO. The best presenter goes to Messi. Marketing duel or marketing. The best presenter goes to Pritam Rizal.
We have tickets sponsored by Naya Patrika, as we all know.
Wheezy Mughal or entrepreneurship. The best presenter award goes to Aliza Thapa from Institute of Management. Okay, thank you.
First, second, and third of group task.
First, second and third for group task, right? I like to say something to you, some few words, yeah. Listen, yesterday also we have mentioned that those who have participated here in this program, these all are winners, right? There may be some technical or theoretical criteria to categorize first, second, and third. But of course, for us, you all are winner. Yes, you all are. You all together, not less than a corporate CEO, right? You all are corporate CEO. Yes, and I'm very glad from third position, right? And it goes to. Any guesses? Please. Okay. The third position goes to Amity College. Congratulations. Congratulations. guys. Please congratulate them with huge round of applause. Please. Once again, congratulations. Please congratulate them with huge round of applause, please. Okay, now similarly, I'm announcing the first award. Any message? It goes to San Joseph. Who's congratulations to San Joseph? Please, everybody, everyone, and the team. Hello, congratulations. Okay, you have done a wonderful job, yeah? Congratulations, big congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations. So nice. So nice.
Bangalore, India. So for that, we need to make preparations on this day. So 5 minutes of time is allocated. So be patient, please.
ऐसा देखा नहीं खूबसूरत कोई जिसमें जैसे
And I, Sanket, would like to thank you all for connecting with us throughout the program and calling Mr. Kamal Subedi the program mentor for his closing. We would like to sign off. Thank you, Shivaratri and Alvida.
It is indeed my pleasure to make a closing remark and express gratitude to all those who made this event a reality. First of all, I would like to express my thanks to all the colleges and the participants who have completed all the assigned tasks despite of tight schedule and deadlines. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors: Boomerang International Educational Services, Landmark Education, Coca-Cola, Yamaha, and different sponsors like MAW, Yamaha, Promise Services, media partners, Kalika SD, Kalika FM, Chiton Post, Naya Patrika, Nareni Online, Sahaj Media. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude to all the participants who traveled far from Bangladesh, India, and different parts of Nepal to compete in this event. Thank you, everyone. I want to thank different media persons who contributed by covering our event in national and local newspapers. I am very much pleased by the diligent and hardworking organizing committee members. For the past few days, we have worked day and night to make this event successful. Thank you, everyone. I cannot stop myself from thanking the core committee members along with the event coordinators Rahul and Neeraj for helping me constantly in planning such a big event and constantly pushing me to conduct the first ever international level management competition in Nepal, Boston Endeavor 2019. At last, this is not the end. it is the new beginning. And let me add some proof points. And this is not the end of the Endeavor 2019. We are coming with the national level management competition on January 19 this year, 7 days or 10 days later, and also for the plus 2 level. And at last, I am signing from here with a promise to be back with the grand international level management competition, where we will try to integrate more international and national colleges with a Vision 2020. And I would like to wish best of luck for the best winning colleges. So to announce the best winning colleges, I would like to call Mr. Rahul Agrawal, Event Coordinator, Mr. Neeraj Aryal, Event Coordinator, the Managing Director of Boomerang International Educational Services, Chitwan Branch, Mr. Deepak Paudel sir, and our Executive Director, Mr. Raju Tamang sir, to announce the winning college of the first ever international level management competition 2019, Boston Endeavor 2019.
For 2019, the yellow whole winner. Only one. Joseph Kala.